Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is officially the next day, which means that it's time to keep my promise from the last video. Now, in case you guys have absolutely zero clue what I'm talking about, in the previous video inside of anime RNG battles, I promised that I was going to be AFKing overnight and, preparing for like a 24-hour kind of grind thing, starting from yesterday. And well, yeah, I did exactly just that. We AFK'd overnight, we got, a bunch of new units, one of them is 1 in 53 trillion, and just overall so much more. So let's stop wasting time. Feel free to like and subscribe if you guys do end up enjoying this video. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started because we still have a long way to go before we're endgame. Alright, so first things first, what exactly did I do overnight? Did I AFK in some game mode? Did I AFK in the world? Well, to I guess cut the story short, I did AFK inside of the 12th area, giving me the sword tokens and also the shadow commander tokens. Now, if I just go ahead and showcase this to you all, as you can see, I'm already level 630 out of 750, which is honestly pretty impressive, 7.3x energy, we still have around 120 levels to go. And then when it comes to the swords, we've officially done it. We've gotten our very first divine. In this case, it is going to be one of the second tier swords. Now, this sword over here gives us a 5 times energy boost, which is around, it's not 2 times better than the secret, but it's almost 2 times. I think it's like 1.5 times better. Again, you guys could do a calculator if you really want to, but we're now one step closer to maxing out one aspect of the game. All we need now is one more divine sword, and then we'll have both slots like equipped, unless obviously, there's some kind of like third slot equipped that we unlock later. But let's go ahead and let's have a look at the divine pity. So overall, we are actually very close. If we just go ahead and keep the auto roll on, we can 100% get the divine. Like, it's guaranteed. We have more than enough tokens. It's just a matter of time of how long it takes to roll. I'm actually surprised. I didn't even know that I had 1.08 million tokens. Why did it stop auto-rolling overnight? Maybe it's because I got the divine. Maybe when you get the divine, it like stops auto-rolling automatically. But then for some reason, it like didn't delete the pity. Not entirely sure how that works, but it seems like we have enough money to unlock the next area. So let's jump on through. What does this area have for us? It has titans, or should I say tier titans, which are going to be costing these titan tokens. Then from there, what about the other stuff? We have another gacha, I think. No, this is actually going to be a level system for damage. And I must say, by the way, these guys are insanely tanky. Like, I saved up energy overnight, 2 sextillion, that's no small amount by any means. But even then, I'm barely putting a dent into them. So it's making me wonder, am I doing something wrong? Maybe what we need is we need more divines from the previous areas, and we also need admin abuse. I have a feeling that the scaling is more towards like leaning to the admin abuses since they happen so often. Fingers crossed the devs do an admin abuse sometime this weekend, maybe today since it's Saturday, maybe tomorrow. Especially if it's like a 3 times drops boost, right? If I can get that and then pop on my super drops potion, the numbers are going to be going crazy. But anyways, let's at least try getting a few tiers over here and maybe get a few levels of that, like a scouts leveling system. So there is 1 tier, and then the next one's going to be costing 1k. Okay, 1k isn't too bad, so I'll grab that immediately. And then depending on the price of the next one, I'll see if it's worth saving up for it as well. So there's going to be another tier now unlocked. So now we're at tier 3. The next one's going to be costing 5k. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here for a second. I don't necessarily think I want to like save up for this just yet, because at this rate, I think the next one's gonna be 10k, then like 20k. It's gonna get very expensive. I'd rather instead focus on getting the divines, like the divine of this specific area, because I'm really close to unlocking it. We're already well over halfway there to getting the divine pity. So it's just a matter of saving up around, we need 20,000 euros, so 20,000 times 10. We need 200,000 tokens, and then this is as well going to be another divine that we're going to acquire. And then as well, I need some time to obviously roll that second divine sword. And then what other divines could I go for? I could try maybe going for this one, but this is like a game mode specific token. You can't get this outside of game modes, and game modes right now aren't exactly the smoothest and fastest, especially without admin abuse. So maybe instead I'll go for the next best thing, which would be upgrading these 2 gachas. This one over here to try getting the divine founding serum to give me extra luck, and most importantly, that's extra yen. And then we'll also upgrade our Titan a little bit, you know, give it a little bit extra damage. So then that way it does more, what's it called? Like helping us out in terms of like that last area. Let's actually see how much stronger we can get it. It was around at 53%, and we also have 20k tokens. So if I put on the auto over here and sit here for just a moment. Ah, so close to 100%. No. Just 6 more levels, and then at that point, we wouldn't have a quarter of me or a half of me. We would have a whole nother me, which would be doing the exact same amount of damage. So it's effectively an extra damage boost, an extra damage potion that stacks on top of myself. That's so cool. Alright, we'll save up those tokens later on, you know, probably when I'm grinding those 2 specific areas. I don't think there's really anything else I really need to mention to you guys. I've basically maxed out everything else from the previous worlds, except this gacha over here. I can't be asked to upgrade it right now without admin abuse. So, since, you know, all the explanation is done and dusted, I think I can, you know, officially lock in. Give me an hour or two, maybe a few hours, I don't know. And hopefully I'll cut back with, you know, a few of the new divines unlocked. Wish me luck, see you guys later. And alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after around 6 hours of grinding. And I must say, some pretty interesting things happened, you know, just like yesterday. Cool things, fun things, RNG Jesus did actually show up midway through the grind. And I'll show you what I mean. First of all, the craziest thing that happened. We got the Divine Heaven stand within 27 rolls. Yep, I have no clue how that happened. I went from a rare to divine, just like straight away. Also, this is going to be happening a lot of the time because, yeah, the divine gives 4 times luck and 4 times damage. But that's not all. We also managed to get, if I just scroll all the way down here, the Divine Founding Serum, which is giving us again 4 times yen and 4 times luck. And then the last Divine that we got, apart from obviously the second Divine Sword. Yes, I did get another one. We also got the Divine Six Eyes, giving us 4 times NG and 4 times luck. But don't worry, I didn't do everything off camera, you know, I did actually prepare to do some stuff on camera. For example, the Titans. I managed to get to tier number 6, and now I have 100k more tokens to hopefully, you know, mess around with and try, you know, getting the max tier. So this is going to be for 50k tokens, and then the next one is going to be costing 125k. So I took a gamble here. I was hoping that it was going to like max out at 50k, but apparently I was wrong. But yeah, now that that is, you know, done and dusted, I do want to try and move on now to world number 20. So once we go ahead and unlock this, there's only 4 areas left before we max out the game. But I am hoping that the stand arrow thing will give us some kind of boost, which will help us with, you know, grinding all the way back here. Because I can actually go ahead and rebirth. I'm over like double the requirement. But obviously rebirthing immediately might kind of be a waste if, you know, I don't end up like preparing to grind back. You know, it might take just as long as before. So let's see over here. This is going to be providing me, that's a bit annoying. A luck boost alone? Really? How much does the next area cost? 250 QA, but I don't think it's even really worth grinding there because I can't even like take out a single enemy here at all. And this is with my full damage setup on as well. I have the damage aura and everything. Well, I guess it's time to move on to a plan B, which is going to be using all of my yen just before I rank up, so you know I don't end up wasting any of the money. So we can get godly lucky over here. We can't get the second one. Can we get this? No, that's 1 quintillion. The other one over here, we can get the extra more yen, so that will definitely be helping us out later on. And then what about the fighters? 100 QA, 100 QA. Should I quickly save up for these? Maybe I should do that. No, the way things are going, it's going to be taking way too long to get 100 QA for both of these. We might as well just go ahead and rebirth, I think, immediately. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do that. So we'll pop on my 2 times secret aura. And then do I have all my energy stuff on? I believe so. Ooh, we got another 1 in 1.24 trillion. A shiny big. But yeah, as I was saying though, let's go ahead. Let's rebirth. So now we have 20 rebirths, which I know is enough to get the next batch of rebirth rewards over here. There we go. We now have milestone number 5, giving us 250 gems, a bit more luck, and also a bit more energy. Then we can actually go ahead and get ourselves another 3 game pass. So let's go ahead and should we get gems or just the game pass? I'm pretty sure we have like a 1 in 2 chance or something of like getting the game pass that we're missing. So let's just YOLO it. we got +3 equips, which is 7,999 gems. That's actually more than enough to get either 2 times energy, or I can just go straight away for the super lucky. Let's go with 2 times energy for the time being. I think this will help out more in the long run than a super lucky, because 2 times energy will help me out now in unlocking new areas, and that'll give me, you know, more luck boosts and whatever, and energy, damage boost, you know, all that good stuff. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and buy 2 times energy. There we go. We can no longer take it back. The last game pass we can get now. If we just wait till tomorrow and we get like a lucky pull like that and get 7,999 gems again, so basically in 7 hours, we're chilling. That's enough time wasting though. Let's just quickly, you know, head on over this way. So we kind of speedrun through again all the majority of the first areas once again. So we'll just do this, this. And actually, whilst we're running along, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pop on a super energy potion, because I want to get my energy back up to its like main value as soon as possible. So we'll pop on one of those. It will last for 50 minutes. Maybe I'll pop on a second one just because, you know, why not? Yeah, I don't think I'll be regretting that anytime soon. And then, is there anything else I can do now or really showcase to you guys? I mean, at this point, it's mostly just a matter of just like building up my energy again and, you know, unlocking the old areas. But even beyond that, I don't think there's really much else I can do and showcase. So probably the next major thing I can do is head on back and make sure I complete all of the quests, you know, to build up, you know, that extra 5% luck, 5% energy, because alone, obviously 5% is nothing. But if we get every single quest done that gives me a 5% boost of some kind, then obviously that will stack up and then it will be a really like significant boost. Especially if the 5% is always stacking on top of each other. So if you do 5% of 100, that's 105. If you then do 5% of 105, then that means the 5% is even more. I'm probably sounding like a nerd right now, but trust me, all you need to know is that if we get these, there's a good chance that it might be stronger than you think. So let's just see over here. Do we have any major quests left to do? We do still have some gem ones, so we could try and maybe do those and maybe see if we can get the 2 times super lucky. But from what I know, even if we got all the remaining gem stuff, we probably still have to wait till tomorrow anyway. So the next best thing we can do is just again claiming all the small luck, smaller damage, small energy boost and whatnot. And it seems like the majority of the quests left to do are mostly killing X enemy like 10,000 times, which I can't really speedrun that, you know? It's mostly just, you know, AFK. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching another video on anime RNG battles. Now again, I know this video was kind of very short again in terms of like, you know, progression and whatever, but as I said at the beginning of the video, I think the main like times that we're going to be seeing like really fast progression on camera is definitely going to be when all the admin abuse boosts pop on. So like 3 times NG, 3 times drops, 3 times damage, you know, all that good stuff. So I'm going to be making the second promise on this, I guess, series. We are going to be waiting for the admin abuse, and then I'm going to be recording part 4 of anime RNG battles. So hopefully today, tomorrow, something like that, admin abuse happens, or maybe we'll just wait for the next update, which might be this weekend, it might be next week. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not gonna miss it. I'm gonna try my best to be there. Maybe we'll do a live stream. I don't know, who knows? Until then though, I'm not gonna stop grinding. I promise that. So yeah, wish me luck, and hopefully by the next time that you see me, I'm gonna have all these quests done. Then we can just fully focus on, you know, going straight ahead, no looking back. And maybe the next video will be the final video where we unlock the final areas. Like and subscribe for the next part, and I'll see you all in a bright future. Alright, jokes aside, peace out, y'all.